Recorded live at Carolla One Studios with Adam Carolla and board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist, Dr. Drew Pinsky. You're listening to The Adam and Dr. Drew Show.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get on. I'm going to get it on. Dr. Drew's board-certified physician. All right, so Drew, you and I not talked about the whole Charlie Kirk thing.
No, I know. The world has changed since we last had these mics.
Into a microphone, at least. Yeah. Sad. He was a real nice guy. Interviewed him a few times. Been on his show a few times. I know you have as well. The shooting in the tragedy part of life is sort of baked in. I get it. We're at a place where that's the way it works.
Although the visual, people witnessing a violent event, that made it a little different. I mean, there's a reason the kings in the Middle Ages beheaded people in public.
Right.
Because humans react differently when bodies are violated.
Right. Now, the reaction to it is what I've been fascinated by.
Me too.
And, all kinds of stuff. Somebody pointed out so it's this weird he said, she said, it's a constant going thing. Anyone who's been in a bad marriage sort of knows that feeling of when you go, you keep going, why am I the one to blame? I keep saying, let's fix this thing, or I don't want to do this.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want fighting. I don't want chaos. I want homeless. I don't want garbage.
Yes.
I don't want burning. The
other thing, you don't want people with a different opinion to go away. They're welcome to share their opinions with you.
Well, I think there's a thing. I really think there's a thing. I mean, it may be a convenient thing. So everyone goes, well, there's an opinion. There's an opinion. There's an opinion. But it gets back to what I kind of say. It's sort of diet and exercise. My opinion is family and education. It's like, but. I think there's an underlying thing that's difficult, which is somebody's right and somebody's wrong.
Yes.
Somebody was right and somebody is wrong. Okay, you just take one of the biggest things, sort of George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, the plight of the black community, the crime, what. Somebody's right and somebody's wrong.
In terms of what to do about it?
Yeah. And it's always been the lack of fathers and the lack of focus on education and the lack of focus on family. And it's pretty easy to chart out. There were, it was much better statistically 50 years ago when there were dads at home, but and now again, the dads are gone.
And let's give it a little bit of a nudge here. No fault of the black community. The welfare programs excluded fathers. If you were a recipient, you couldn't have the dad around.
It's bad. That's bad, but also it is their fault because they follow black leaders who don't have their best welfare in mind, and so they didn't. White people go, fuck that guy. I'm not following that guy. There is no Al Sharpton or whatever. People go, what about Trump? They like Trump because they want cheap gas and they want a firm border. But he's not like a spiritual leader for us. The problem is like Sunny Hostin thinks she speaks she has nothing to do with whatever your problems are if you're black right now.
Right.
Stop looking for her or Whoopi to speak for you or to represent or Al Sharpton or Mayor Bass, or whomever is in charge of whatever city you're in. They're not doing anything for you.
But that's interesting though, because I think other communities would look at somebody who's a lawyer, who's got a lot of money, a movie star who's been on TV for 100 years, and they would go, oh, well, that's a different. I don't care what color they are; they're different than me. They don't have my life, so why would I listen to them?
Yes. This is my point. Don King has nothing to do with you if you're a poor black person.
Right.
And you have nothing to do with Don King, and he's not going to help. So he's going to tell you he's going to help.
So you're pointing at something. Do you think that class issues are going to come forward now?
there's a thing. It's just work, and it's diet and exercise. It's focus. It's show up early. It's be polite. It's all the stuff we got to argue about what's a white thing or black thing or whatever. You can call it whatever thing you want. Be prompt. Be polite. Do your job. Be focused. Be sober. Don't steal. Don't fuck with cops, and go home. Wait till after college to have kids, get married, then have kids, graduate high school. It's diet and exercise. All right.
Delayed gratification.
Yeah. It's all that. For any group at any time. So now then you get into this discussion. Well, I mean, I think there's a problem. I think the left, I think their policies are bad, and free bus rides and government-owned supermarkets and whatever. Nothing ever comes out the other end. You guys have been in charge of schools for 50 years. Nothing's coming out. It's just more money, no results. Okay, you can't defend that. You can't defend most all of your positions. So why would you want to really sit down and talk it out?
Right.
I don't see it. So I don't think that's their path, and I don't think that's what they want. Let's
state it. So you're saying all these policies have failed, and therefore they don't want to sit down and talk about them because those failures would be highlighted, right?
Yeah. When I was about a year into my divorce, and I just said to my ex-wife, I go, listen, everything you said, you're not doing any of it. Why don't we just go sit in front of a counselor and just hash this out? Because this isn't working out. Doesn't resemble what you said it was going to be. So we have a mutual counselor. You've seen her. I've seen her. Let's just go sit down with her and see if we can agree on something. And she quit the counselor and never went into the thing. Now, why? Because she was right? Because she dutifully followed up on all and been true to her word? No, she knew what she didn't want to go in there.
Yeah. Because
why? Because it wouldn't have been a good environment for her.
Right.
But if she'd acted a different way, then she would have been. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So they don't want to be in that environment. And that's, I've been drilling down on a lot, but it's like Karen Bass and that whole group, they all speak truth to power, but they never go on anyone's show who disagrees with them. Do they?
Not
So, look, what I say about Fauci all those years ago, all these Fox viewers not getting vaccinated. Okay, Fauci, go on Tucker Carlson's show and tell all his dumb viewers to get vaccinated.
God, I had a dream about him last night, weirdly.
Why would Fauci... Fox has a much greater audience, larger audience than CNBC and CNN and all that. Okay,
I'm not sure everyone knows that.
Well, they do.
Not to the amount that they do.
I'll tell you who knows it. Fauci.
Yeah.
Okay, and his handlers. They know it.
And
he wants people to get vaccinated.
Right.
And he is claiming it's the Fox propagandists who aren't getting vaccinated. Well, that's great because you have an open invitation to go on to Tucker Carlson's show for an hour and tell everyone why they should get vaccinated.
Yeah.
Why didn't he ever do that? There's an open door policy for those people, whether it's Kamala going on Joe Rogan or whatever it is. Come on down.
Yeah.
We'll sit down for an hour. Bill Maher. They won't do it. So here's the thing. I'm starting to think they don't. Their arguments are bad. They're basically diet and exercise, and you have a third. You have something else you want to try out. You want dietetic fudge.
Yeah.
And it's not working.
Right.
And I want family and education. You want some kind of community ambassadors or something, and it takes a village, and everyone's going to... It doesn't work. None of your shit works. None of it. Just like the border... It doesn't work.
Right.
Defunding the police. All of what it is doesn't work. You can't defend it, and you don't want to get in those forums or those environments. And I'm starting to think that's what it is. It's just they start screaming. They start burning shit down. I mean, George Floyd, we had to burn everything down for 6 months after George Floyd. We're not burning anything down with Charlie Kirk's death. Where's the riots? Where's the burning? Why is there stuff being burnt down? Well,
prayer vigils.
Yes. Okay. So there is a difference. But I now realize that they don't want this discussion. They don't go on Bill Maher's and just go tell them what your policy is.
They'd rather just call somebody a Nazi and run away.
Yes, that's basically what we're doing.
And then say to themselves, well, why would I want to talk to a Nazi? Right. Who cares what they say, or who cares how they reason?
Right.
But this is the weird cognitive dissonance everyone's in. They're convincing themselves of things that are just dehumanizing and imply violence. You are threatening my existence with your opinion. Well, then that's a small step away from, therefore I have to eliminate you because you're going to try to eliminate me. You're threatening my existence.
All right. I'm a little bit of a broken record with this, but I've been on it for a long time, and now maybe the chickens will come home to roost. Jasmine Crockett will go, I never said for anyone to put their hands on anybody else.
Right.
You just keep calling someone a Hitler, and the sniper will do the math.
Right.
It's a simple math. The number one time machine scenario is you go back and kill Hitler.
But when the reality is, and this is the crazy part, think about how those same people reacted after Charlie's death, right? You are someone who would have gotten swept into an alternative universe in 1939. You would have been part of the whole thing. Mm-hmm. You would have been a prison guard, essentially. You would have been a Hitler Youth. You would have been the person swept into the hysteria that made no sense.
Right.
And by the way, there's a significant piece, if you read your history about the consolidation of power by Nazis, is there was serious violence to do that. There was like massive killings. Mm-hmm. Goering carried out huge purges. Same thing with Mussolini. I mean, this is not, that's what these people were doing back then.
Right. But, okay, so there's this thing where it's like, good people on both sides, or inject bleach, or January 6th, violent, armed, bloody insurrections. None of it happened. Whatever it is they're talking, this whole Hitlerian and all this fascist dictator. I don't even know what they're talking about. I really don't. I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know that they know what they're talking about.
They don't. I tried. I can't even remember what this person said. I'm trying so hard.
Let me say something real quick. If what they said was true, that this guy has guys in unmarked vans out of uniform sweeping into neighborhoods and disappearing citizens, that is what a fascist does.
Right.
Except for that's not happening.
Right.
And just like inject bleach, or good people on both sides, or armed insurrection, or dead, body count, Capitol Police, none of that happened. None of that happened. Hands up, don't shoot, you gentle giant. None of this happened. That's the whole thing. And by the way, it never does. You just keep... Remember 10 minutes ago we weren't going to be able to afford guacamole? Remember that one? Mm-hmm. No guacamole for you. Is anyone having avocado-related issues? Has anybody had an avocado-related issue? They get up there, they go, I got some guacamole and I got my Tecate beer, and if you like guacamole and you like Tecate, well, tough luck, because you won't be able to, whatever comes out the other end.
Yeah.
It never comes out the other end.
How about the Maryland dad?
The Maryland dad, yes, a good man. He liked guacamole and Tecate beer, but nothing. It just goes, everything just sloughs off and just goes away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's weird. It doesn't come back around to be judged.
No, It's just, all right. So, sorry, you were trying to wrap your mind around.
I'm really trying to understand. I'm really doing everything I can to try to understand what people are experiencing and what both sides is and how they construct this idea about Charlie Kirk that was, to everything I've seen, very far from who he was. And I'm really trying to understand what it triggers and how it makes people feel. I'm really working hard at it.
Well, it's the truth is triggering. Like, okay, look. When I die, there's going to be tons of slews of stuff, me saying I'm not down with Black Lives Matter. It's about dads. It's not about fuck Al Sharpton. And then they're going to go Adam Carolla racist.
Yeah.
Right, that's how it works.
Right.
Except for what am I saying?
Yeah.
What is Charlie Kirk saying? Saying being raised in a home where 75% of the kids don't have a dad in that home is going to fucking ruin that home. So we got to fix it. You call it racist. I don't know what I would call it. You get a termite inspection in your house. The guy comes back and come back with bad news. You got to tent this place. It's got, well, what do? Threaten him and kick him out of your house? You know, It's just bad news. We got to fix it.
Right.
Well, we're going to put a tent. I don't want to leave. We have to stay in a hotel for 4 days. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I know. I wish it came back with no termites.
Yeah.
But we got issues. But don't be angry at the guy. So we got to fix it.
Yeah.
So the Charlie Kirks and the Dennis Pragers and stuff like that, they just tell you how to fix it. That's all.
Yeah.
And you think they're, by the way, but they're the racists, but Whoopi Goldberg isn't, who just defends the system that doesn't work and gets people shot every day and live in poverty for perpetuity. She's a good one. He's the guy. She's the one saying no termites. You're the one living in a termite-riddled house. Why is she the good one?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Too much chick think, Drew. Too much feeling. Everyone's like, it's like, the termite guy's not mean. He's not evil. He's not anything. Just like the doctor tells you have cancer. It's not mean. It's not evil. He's telling you what the diagnosis is.
Yeah.
And you don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
But that's his job, and now we can fix it. And you shouting him down and throwing him out of the hospital doesn't mean you don't have cancer.
Yeah.
So here we go, everybody. Too much chick think. Too much emotion. It's all emotion now, Drew.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about feelings.
Yeah.
It's all about how you feel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
it's not good.
That's prone to hysteria.
Yeah.
That's what sets that up.
It's not good for society. So, also, anybody can have. I happen to agree with Charlie Kirk on whatever opinions I've heard of his. I do agree with him. But it's okay to disagree with him. But you gotta buck up. Like if you have an opinion, if you want to be Democrat socialist of New York City, that's fine. But now you have to go onto Bill Maher's show and sit down and sell it.
Or defend it.
Defend it. Or say something. And by the way, it doesn't give me a lot of confidence that you have a lot of confidence in your stances when you change those stances to go more like a Charlie Kirk stance when you try to offer it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, when you want to get votes, essentially.
Yeah, you're essentially what if I said this? What if I just said, look, I run a burger place, but I don't sell to Mexicans. I will not sell to Mexicans. We'll make it easier. I run a burger place, and my policy is I never sell to Armenians. Okay. And it's a good burger, and it does real well, but I never. And I'm 55 years old, and that's my policy. I don't like Armenians, and I won't sell them my burgers. And then at some point, some franchisee or franchise gets hold of me and goes, I can put a lot of cash into this. We're going to franchise. We're going to open up 62 locations in the Southland. But this whole no selling to Armenians thing is not going to work. And I go, yeah, good, because I rethought
Right.
it. Okay.
Right.
Do I like Armenians now? Or do I realize it was a shit policy that people didn't want?
Yeah.
And it wouldn't work on a scale. I couldn't scale it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. He still has shitty ideas, but he's adapting.
Well, also, here's the other thing. I just had 40 years of not selling to Armenians. I should go on a Bill Maher show and explain why.
Yeah.
Instead of just going, yeah, well, that was the old me. Why are you going away from your policies?
Right.
You want to get rid of fracking, Kamala Harris? Good. Go on Bill Maher and tell him why fracking's so bad and why we don't need it.
Right.
But you don't.
No.
Or you want to do the transgender surgery in prisoners, illegal immigrants and prisoners. Okay. That's your policy. We thought of it when you're 54. Go talk about it. No, going away from that. Why? Because it's shit. It's a shit policy. You can't defend it. You don't want to go on those shows and defend it. Ask me about my policy. What's Trump want to do? Well, he wants the border shut down. He wants school choice or whatever. He wants taxes lowered. Okay, he'll go on any show at any time and talk about that. Yes?
Yes, and I was just thinking.
All right, so Fauci had a shit policy, and he was lying, so he would never go. Did any of those people go on any of those shows? Did Barbara Ferrer, the LA City, health and what? Did she go on any podcast? Did they go anywhere that's not friendly?
No.
To them?
No.
Oh, I'm going to go on Kara Swisher's show again. Yeah, okay. You want to go on a real show and have somebody push back a little? No, you don't. Why not? I'll go on anyone's show and talk about whatever it is I talk about.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
Yeah.
They're scared, Drew. They don't have their policy shit. They're all feelings.
Well, speaking of feelings, so do we have to take a break? Want to do that first?
Quick break.
All right. You know what doesn't belong in your summer plans? Getting burned by your old wireless bill, unless you're into that kind of stuff. While you're planning beach trips, barbecues, weekends, long weekends, last thing to do is find out all of a sudden your phone company is draining your wallet. Dump your old plan, switch to Mint Mobile. Same coverage, same speed, but without any surprise bills. Everyone's using Mint Mobile now, and you should too. The quality is just as good as any old provider, but you save enough to actually enjoy your summer. Make the switch and let your wireless bill be the last thing you want to worry about. And look, there are a lot of other things to worry about in life, especially these days. Your wireless plan is the last thing you should be thinking about. And that will be the case with Mint Mobile, right, Daphne?
This year, skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get your summer savings and shop premium wireless plans at mintmobile.com/ADS. That's mintmobile.com/ADS. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, 5 gigabyte plan required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
So speaking of feelings, the Emmys were Sunday night. And, well, I can't even remember.
I knew you'd fuck it up.
Well, of course.
Sunday night, yeah.
They were Sunday night. And lots of feelings. And one of the, and again, me trying to adapt the perspective of what people are doing. I'm really trying. A lot of America has fallen.
Oh.
America doesn't exist anymore. I love my country. Colbert gets up and goes, you don't love anything more than when you lose it. I've never loved my country more than this. Okay. Country's lost. What do they mean? I cannot figure what, I mean.
I don't. Well, first off, it's weird making lots of proclamations when your physical life has not been altered one iota. You know what I mean? When people go, well, we had a fire in Malibu, and then I got displaced. Yeah. So I had to live in an Airbnb in Burbank for 6 months, or your guest house, or your guest room, or okay, fine.
Yeah.
That something something altered.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then your favorite restaurant, Moon Shadows, burnt to the ground. Can't go to Moon Shadows anymore. And Duke's, the other restaurant's been, fire damage and flooding. Still not open. Can't go to Duke's. Okay. So then people go, oh, there was a fire. How did it affect you, Adam? And I go, well, let me tell you. I had to flee. I had to stay in a hotel that night, and to crash on people's sofas, it was impactful. But what if I just never left Malibu? Duke's was open. Moon Shadows never burned to the ground. Everything was just wide open and nothing ever happened. How much talk could I do? How much fire talk would be acceptable?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It didn't impact me. Stephen Colbert's still rich, still goes to work with rich people, has a good life. Where's the impact? Now, to be fair to them, remember, my mom wasn't Hispanic, but she wept for those people. She worried about them. Didn't do anything for them.
Right.
But she worried for them.
Feeling.
She felt for them.
Yeah.
Right. And she wanted to make sure you knew about it, because that would then make her a better person.
Which is a really interesting thing I've noticed. Rob Henderson did a whole thing on this, how the dark triad people usurped social justice to...
Who are the dark triad people? Sorry.
Machiavellianism, narcissism, psychopathy, varying degrees of those three. And those people will adopt social justice. They're very attracted to these things because they can use them to express their ego needs. To me, I feel bad. I'm feeling bad. And they can go, if they're psychopathic, they get like Kirk's, killer.
Right.
They go really bad.
Yeah. Yeah, well...
and they don't realize, I really believe they don't even realize they're killing a person. They get so... First of all, they don't have a moral sensibility, and they often don't have feelings. So it's hard for them to empathize in other people generally. But they get so swept into bad person, needs to be done away with. they're just prone to that shit.
Yeah. Well, it's more feelings and it's more narcissism.
But what about the fall? What are they talking about? What is the fall of America? What do they mean?
This isn't the America they grew up in.
Or they don't like the policies of a closed border and ICE raids and ICE.
Well,
or they don't
if they believe
federal guards to control crime, they just don't like that. Doesn't feel
good. They have some Maryland Dad version of all this stuff. You know, There's Kilmar, unfortunately named Kilmar or whatever his name is, Kilmar Garcia Parra.
Oh yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah.
It is. All right. Let's look at it this way, Drew. There's the Maryland Dad. Okay. In my world, he is here illegally, part of a gang, engaged in human trafficking. Now, listen, I'm not 1,000% on everything, but he's here illegally. Can we check that box?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. Okay. He engaged in associated with a deadly gang. Okay, we can check that box.
He had several domestic violence complaints.
He beat on his old lady. Yeah.
Check.
Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Okay. He put his hands on a woman or his wife, domestic violence
complaints,
and maybe got into some child pornography or whatever that was.
Right.
Okay, that's who he is to me. Okay,
right.
To Stephen Colbert and to Mayor Bass, he's a father from Maryland.
Right.
Okay, so if I want that guy snatched up, put in a van, and taken to a facility and deported because I look at him as a gangbanger here illegally who smuggles human beings, human trafficking.
And maybe some child porn or something, some weird something.
All good reasons to get him out of the country.
Yeah.
That's me. Stephen Colbert thinks of him as a dad from Maryland.
So what
by the way, if I thought of him as just a dad from Maryland,
I'd be pissed.
I had a dad from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want him snatched up and disappeared.
What? Just convenient reasoning, just to support their position? They can't be wrong. What the hell? How does that work?
What they do, I mean, their problem, and this is on them. Like I said about, the black community. I go, we can't blame the black community. I can at a certain point because you're listening to the same people. Maxine Waters is not going to help you out because she's black community. Right. Get over it. Yeah. No more than Ted Nugent's going to help me out because he's white.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm over it.
Yeah.
I get it. Gavin Newsom, 6'2", I'm 6'2", 50-something years old, same age as me. Height. Both strikingly handsome, both heterosexual, both from California, and that guy's a piece of sociopathic shit who's not going to do anything except for fuck up my state.
Yeah.
That's all. Not friends with him. Much rather have Larry Elder, the black guy. That's who I'd like to be governor.
You'd like somebody who doesn't look like you.
I want someone who can do a good fucking job in the state I live in.
Yeah.
I have much more in common with Gavin Newsom than I do with Larry Elder.
Yep.
But Larry Elder has better policies, so I would like him in charge. Simple.
Yeah.
I'd be a fucking idiot if I just got in line behind Gavin, and I'd be sort of racist.
Interestingly,
fuck you, Larry Elder. I'm in with the guy who looks like me.
Interestingly, it's sort of, in a weird way, the Democratic sort of default position to vote party is sort of has kind of it feels racist. And it's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm just voting for that party. Period. I don't care what the hell you know what I mean? It's just a weird to go through life.
All right. So if I looked at him as a Maryland dad, then I'd be upset. But I don't look at him as a Maryland dad. I look at him as a gangbanger.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not upset. You, Stephen Colbert, whomever, you get all your news from one or two, many sources, but they all think the same.
Yeah.
These are the guys who thought Kyle Rittenhouse was a serial killer. These are the guys that got everything.
Still think that.
Okay, these are the guys who think inject bleach and ivermectin is horse paste and stuff. At January 6th, Hunter Biden's laptop. Yeah, 51 guys signed. Okay, you're getting misinformation from your side.
Yeah.
That's all.
And you're still believing it.
That's why it's on you.
And then
Now.
you end up celebrating when a 31-year-old gets killed.
Right.
It's two. As Scott Adams says, two movies on one screen. Like
Right.
everyone's watching this one movie, but we feel like watching two entirely different films.
All right. I'll be in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That'll be September 26th at the Chemo Theater. And then I'll be in Flagstaff September 27th, Orpheum Theater. I'll be at Kimmel's Club in Vegas beginning of October. Just go to AdamCarolla.com for all the live shows. What do you got, Drew?
Doctor.com, ask Dr. Drew. Check us out on X at Dr. Drew.
So, till next time, Adam Carolla with Dr. Drew saying, Mahala.